Recent surveys have showed that moms, about 80% of moms, feel like they're overwhelmed with everything that they need to do. I am here to help. You know that first sip of coffee? Sometimes it's just divine, and you guys are seeing the clock and you're like, you're having first cup of coffee at 1 something. Yes, that's just the kind of day that I am, which is why I'm hopping on here to talk to you about stress management as a mom.
If you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. On my channel, I talk all things mom. I am a mom to 2 teenagers, but I definitely remember the good old days of them being young. I offer mom tips and mom content.
Stress management as a busy mom is kind of a hot topic. May not be a trending topic, but it is for sure a hot topic. Being able to get everything done and just keep your family together, whether you're like a homemaking mom, a work from home mom like me, I like to think of myself as a homemaker too, or a working out of the home mom, 40 hours, 80 hours a week, whatever it is that you do, the need to actually like get things done here at home and keep your household running, it's a chore. And if you don't have like a stay-at-home dad or you're a single parent, that can be something that is truly overwhelming. So I'm here to give you some tips. Recent surveys have showed that moms, about 80% of moms, feel like they're overwhelmed with everything that they need to do. And typically, moms have a lot of things to do. We run the household, we take care of the kids, we're the ones that run the carpools, we do all of the other running around, whether it's carpools or not. If you're a homeschool mom, then you could possibly take care of all of the curriculum and all of that kind of stuff. If you are, your kids go to school, there's getting them to school, making sure that they get there. Even if they're latchkey kids, like there's a certain amount of, okay, did they get there safe? Did they not get there safe? Then did they get home safe? Whatever it is, making sure that dinner is on the table or dinner is picked up, whatever that may be. There are a ton of things that moms do. I know there are some dads out there that are feeling it as well, but I'm a mom, so I'm gonna talk to the moms. So since I'm talking to you ladies, I am here to help. I do not have all the secrets to staying sane as a mom. I don't have all the secrets to getting everything right, but I've lived a little bit of life, been a single parent before, and I am in the point where my career is like really kind of taking off. That's happening for my husband as well, and we've had to make some changes. If you watch my video from last week, which my husband and I went away for the weekend, it was because we were both kind of feeling the stress relationally for us. But now I'm going to talk about specifically me and what I'm doing in this new year to make sure that I'm managing my stress. I can be the best person that I can be, whether it is for the Lord, whether it's for my kids, for my husband, for my coworkers, for the students that I serve, whatever that might be. I need to make sure that I am at my best. And these are the ways that I'm doing it. All right. To talk a little bit more about last year and like Josh's and my need to go away and just things that I'm working on this year. I'm working on relationships. That's kind of my word for this year is relationships. Dogs coming in. It's still windy here in Southern California. Like it's absolutely insane. But I've gotten so busy that I stopped seeing my friends. Josh and I would go out every once in a while, but didn't have a ton of time to connect. And, I got in the terrible habit of that dopamine hit of social media, and I would scroll on Instagram. I had Instagram deleted off my phone for like 3 years, and I just put it back on, and I got in that bad habit of scrolling towards the end of last year, and that's not real relationships. That's not real connection with anyone. Don't get me wrong. I love connecting with people on those platforms, and I love connecting with people here on YouTube, but it's not the same, and it doesn't take the place of real one-on-one or even group settings with real people that you can touch and speak to. You're there with people. It is very, very different.
Okay, so life has lifed me today, and I'm picking up this video this afternoon because I had things to do. I had to go grocery shopping, take Addie to dance. Our house cleaners came today and I completely forgot. That's a scheduling thing that I told you about. It's literally on the calendar, sitting right there on the wall. It says clear as day, Molly Maid is coming today, and I completely forgot. So we had a mad dash to pick up the house, and then I just worked out and put on dinner, and we're okay. Okay, so I want to get back to stress, actually just two stress management techniques. Okay, in the moment, and I'm going to be going over this with my students as well, but in the moment, if you're feeling particularly stressed, deep breathing. I know it sounds so incredibly simple and you're like, why are you telling me to deep breathe? But it's true. I'm telling you because it actually works. Deep breathing is one of the best things that you can do if you're feeling an anxious feeling, whether you're getting like a stress headache, whether you have like that feeling in your stomach, if it's something else, whatever that anxious feeling is for you. Deep breathing in the moment can help to slow the heart rate, to calm the mind. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 breaths in and hold for 4 or 5, and then out for 7. I do this with my students if they're feeling particularly anxious about either a session with me, or even when it comes to testing anxiety. I talk to them about this, but just in that moment, maybe you're stressed out about something that just happened, a phone call that you just had, something's going on with your kids, whatever that might be. This deep breathing can help. I want to interrupt this video just for a minute. I am noticing that most of you that are watching my videos are not subscribed. Please take this second to subscribe and like this video if you have learned at least one thing. Another technique that you can do is either mindfulness or guided meditations. I personally take this to prayer. If you're someone who's not a Christian and you don't pray or anything like that, if you can find a guided meditation on an app, that's a great thing to do. If you're a Christian, taking things to prayer and just placing at the feet of our Lord, that is something that you can do. For me personally, saying the rosary every single day, since I'm Catholic, that is a guided meditation. You're supposed to meditate on different things for each decade. So that is a meditation that I try to do daily. I'm really bad on the weekends, but during the week, during my walks, that is something that I do, that guided. You can follow them on Hallow, or there are other apps that you can use. I'll try and look some up and link them down below. Another reason that I like to use Hallow is it will send me reminders throughout my day. So it will actually give me time, mindfulness reminders throughout the day, and I'll do little things like they do morning offertory. I do Lectio Divina on there. I also do my rosary with it. Sometimes that's not always a good thing because the rosary keeps going even though I'm not paying attention. Or I'll be listening to Bible in a Year, kind of those calming things. You can play rain sounds in the background, or you can play soft piano in the background, whatever floats your boat. I personally like peaceful piano in the background. But those are something that you can do to just help to calm your mind, bring you centered, back to the moment. They're usually really, really quick, and you can even set the recordings to play at a faster than normal speed. The normal speed is honestly kind of slow, and I lose track of what's going on because I have a hard time staying focused when someone is speaking that slowly. So if you speed it up, it makes it very nice. This next thing that I'm going to talk about is not controversial, but it's really, really hard to do, and that is prioritizing self-care. Self-care is a whole plethora of different things that you can do. It can be something as simple as taking a walk, which I have started to do almost every single day. Today with the wind, I did not. I'll probably hop on my treadmill here in a little bit after I'm done filming, just to try and get a couple more steps in and move my body. For me, that helps to clear my brain. So that is self-care for me. But self-care can be a whole bunch of different things. It could be like a mini spa night for you. It could be just putting on a face mask in the evening and reading a book. Like if you're one of those people that likes red light therapy, like you put on your mask and you just kind of chill. It makes you chill for a couple of minutes, which is actually kind of nice. It can be teeth whitening. It can be, for me, my lashes. It's literally an hour every 2 weeks where I am sitting with my eyes closed. I sometimes even fall asleep during it. I get my nails done every 2 weeks. That's another thing that I like to do for self-care, but it doesn't have to be big. Sometimes self-care is getting out with your girlfriends. One of my girlfriends, her husband went to the LA fires. He hasn't been home for 2 weeks, and she has 2 little ones. Her oldest is 5 or 6 years old, and she has been kind of hunkering down. I feel bad I had to call her before this, but I went up to spend time with her. That is a form of self-care. My workouts keep my head clear, and I know it seems like I do things for a long time each day, but honestly, that 2 hours a day that I spend on me, that walk, it's usually a 3-mile walk, and my workouts, those are imperative to my mental well-being and being able to take care of everyone else. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You just can't. So you have to fill yourself up first. It's just like when you're on an airplane and they say you need to put on your own mask first. They're actually right. I remember when I was first not a parent yet, and I'm like, why would you do that? Of course I'm going to care about my kids more. But if you're passed out because you don't have enough oxygen, you can't help your kids. So you need to pour into you first and then pour into other people. And you will find that if you take care of yourself, you have even more to give. And that's really what we were created to do. Is we were created to be with each other. We were created to serve one another. Now, everyone serves in different capacities. But if you're able to pour into yourself, you are more able to pour into other people. And taking a little bit of time for you is not a big deal. If you care only about you, that's a little bit different. I think that's partly why self-care gets a little bit of a bad rep, because you think, oh, well, I'm only caring about me. Well, during my face mask, I may be having a conversation with my son or doing something with him. I might be cooking dinner or something like that during that time period. During my walks, he comes with me. We might be talking about school, or we might just be spending time together and bonding together. There are a lot of, you don't have to be all about me. My daughter goes with me to go and get our nails done. I must admit, lashes is just me, no one comes with me. But that's okay. You can spend a little bit of time, just you. Maybe mama just needs her door closed for an hour a week by herself, whether she wants to pray, whether she wants to read a book, whether she wants to take a nap. That's okay. Something that I was not doing last year when things got so busy is I was not scheduling in my self-care. I would schedule in my lashes, I would schedule in my nails, I would not schedule anything else, or if I did have something scheduled, I would cancel it. So for instance, I consider spending time with my dad. I said earlier that I'm working on relationships right now, and one of those relationships is with my dad. We scheduled a golf date. We had a great time on Sunday, yesterday. But I would cancel a lot of those kinds of things last year. I was supposed to have brunch with my best friend once a month. I think we only went like 4 or 5 times last year. So making sure that we keep those things that we schedule, and things come up, but trying to make them a priority, that's also going to help pour back into you. And maybe that time with other people is going to help them. Stress management is a journey. It is not a destination. This, just like life is, it's a journey, not a destination, unless like you're talking about getting to heaven. Stress management is something that you will have to work on for the rest of your life. Now, don't get me wrong, you could get good at it, you can kind of cruise, but there's always going to be stressors in your life that you are going to need to deal with and adapt to. I'm a person that is very hard on myself. I'm very critical of myself, and that's how I've been able to have the successes that I've had, but I also have a very hard time giving myself a break. So, moms, give yourself a break. Give yourself permission to not be perfect. So this whole journey to making sure that you are balanced, now work-life balance, it's not like 30-30-30 or like 50-50. it's a balance. There are going to be some times that are more stressful, and there are going to be some times that are less stressful, and that's just how life is. So on this journey to balancing your stress and balancing your life, just know that all of this is going to come in different waves. Last year, I literally spent a year of winding everything up. I'm not going to get to where I want to be in 1 month just because, I'm working on my stress levels. That's not how it works. You need to be able to build something that is sustainable. So that's where habit stacking might come in. Like I said, I do my rosary on my walk, and I'm also spending time with my son during that time period. Our walks are an hour long. We say our prayers together, and then we spend the rest of the time either talking or listening to a book together. And sometimes maybe it's finding those quiet moments in like maybe the pickup line for school, or maybe it's while your kids are working independently on something for their school. If you homeschool like I do, you've got a couple of minutes. I'm going to read a chapter of my book or something like that. Do what you can to build a supportive environment. I have a ton of support. My mom comes to help homeschool my son. I have a team for my job where I work on 504s. My husband is very helpful. My daughter might cook dinner 1 day a week. She's old enough to do that. She's a teenager. I may even task my son with doing that. He's 13. He's getting to the point where he can fix some simple meals for us. Like, there are other things that I source out. Like today, I ordered from Costco. I did not go to Costco myself. I ordered from Costco. I have a house cleaning service that comes to my house because cleaning my house would be, it shouldn't be overwhelming, but the thought of cleaning my house is completely overwhelming. So being as busy as we are, sometimes there are things that you need to delegate out to others. And this is all self-inflicted. I love my life and I love everything that we do, and I don't want to slow down per se, but I do want to be very strategic in what we do and how we schedule our life, so that we do schedule in that downtime. That was my biggest downfall last year, so I did not schedule downtime. We were go, 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 go. That's why Josh and I had to absolutely get away, because if we tried to spend downtime here at home, like we do a little bit in evenings, but if we tried to schedule like a long weekend here at home, like the kids were to go somewhere else, we would do nothing but projects. So we have to literally go away from the house, away from the responsibilities of the house, to actually have that down connection. I hope that you have family that is here to help you, and if you don't, please reach out. Like, I will give any tips and any support that I can do from afar. Like, build a community, whether it's your work, whether it's your school. If you're homeschool communities are amazing to do. If you like a date night group, get together with people from your homeschool group or your church community, and like once a month or like every other week, like you switch who watches the kids. So the kids will go to such and such person's house on one weekend, and then you switch houses, and then that couple can go out to dinner. Or maybe you just take your kids with you. Like our friends that I went up to my girlfriend's house. We didn't do a good job with this last year. We'll hopefully do better this year. We literally, they bring their 3-year-old and their 6-year-old to dinner at our house, and we have dinner with our 13 and 15-year-old, and like the kids just learn how to be around adults. They see that their parents need friends, and it's actually really good for them to know that their parents are putting their relationships are a priority. Their friendships are a priority, because it's modeling for them what they will eventually need to do as adults. Thank you so much for watching Mandy's Mess. Comment below what your favorite self-care tip is. If I didn't mention one and you have your own, make sure you drop it down in the comments below.